Greetings, readers. Now, you might remember me from last year's review on Mathilda. Well, if you don't, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Christopher Rungi bin Leonard from SMK Petra Jaya Kuching. Last year, I reviewed a book called Mathilda, written by Roald Dahl. Well, this time, it's also another Roald Dahl book, but instead about a story on a little girl with magical abilities, it's about a boy and a world filled with physically illogical candies. So this, of course, is what I'll be talking about today. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, one of the more well-known stories by Mr. Roald Dahl. Now this book, the one that I've read, has about 190 pages, and it brings us into a euphoria created by the world's most eccentric candy maker, Willy Wonka. Now, Willy Wonka has hidden 5 tickets in his Wonka chocolate bars, his most renowned piece of confectionery. Now, the finders of these tickets would be invited to tour his magnificent factory. Now, enough that. Let me introduce to you the 5 lucky winners. So the first winner was a boy called Augustus Gloop. He's rather fat, very sloppy, and also glutinous. Secondly, you have a very spoiled aristocratic English girl called Veruca Salt. Now, being spoiled and aristocratic, she is a very demanding person, and nothing stops her from getting the things she wants. Third, we come to Violet Beauregard. She is a very competitive and very athletic girl who spends most of her time chewing gum. Fourth, we have a boy called Mike TV. Now, from the name TV, you might assume that he likes watching television. Well, he does, and he spends his time playing video games as well. And last but not least, the 5th ticket was won by the main character of the story, Charlie Bucket. Now, unlike the other children, Charlie is selfless and kind-hearted, and he also lives in poverty with his parents and grandparents. Now, on the day of the tour, Mr. Wonka welcomes the 5 kids and their parents to the factory. Now, at the factory, they stumbled upon Mr. Wonka's Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompas are actually small human beings that were brought over by Mr. Wonka to work at his factory. Now, if you've read the story, or maybe most of us have seen the movie, we know that the 4 children gave in to their indulgences and greed and were eventually ejected from the tour. The first one to be ejected was the winner of the first ticket, Augustus Gloop. Now, Augustus was drinking from the chocolate river, and eventually he fell into the river and was sucked up a pipe. Second was Violet. Now, Violet was chewing an experimental 3-course dinner gum when she ended up blowing up and swelling into a giant human blueberry. Third, we have Veruca. Now, Veruca, being a spoiled brat, demanded that her father get her one of the nut-testing squirrels, but was later thrown down the garbage chute by those very squirrels. And not forgetting Mike. Mike was eventually shrunk down to the size of a chocolate bar after messing around with the television chocolate device, despite Mr. Wonka's warnings. Now, with only Charlie remaining, Mr. Wonka congratulated him for winning the factory. Now, apparently, the whole objective of the tour was to find a reliable heir for Mr. Wonka's chocolate business. Now, this is a very nice ending, as it shows that despite poverty and inequality, one can still work his way up with strong moral values. Now, as the saying goes, good behavior is the last refuge of mediocrity. Now, as to what happens to the 4 other children after being ejected, well, you'll have to read the book to find out yourselves. I strongly recommend this book to everyone because I believe the readers of all ages will surely find a delight in this entertaining yet thoughtful book. It delivers a strong message to us. You may think that the ill-behaved kids in the story deserve their punishments, but mind you, you may be one of them too. And may this book be a good lesson and reminder to you all. Thank you for your time.